In the strip clubs, the women who carry handbags are usually carrying condoms. And they're doing the same thing in the back room.
What?
Yeah, I'm a former prosecutor, so I know all about this stuff.
Wow.
So it's straight up cheating.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here with the two maybe best divorce lawyers that ever lived, Denise Isaacs, who happens to be my mother, no affiliation, and Leah Mayersohn, both of whom are here for you to answer your questions, to let you know if you're in bad relationships, and generally to let you know that everything that you've been doing up till now is wrong. How is the world of divorce?
Oh, wow. Things are busy now. We're coming into holiday season. So I'm expecting the call volume to go up dramatically, particularly after Thanksgiving, before Hanukkah, and before Christmas.
Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then after Christmas, too.
So people are thinking like, oh my God, am I going to have to spend the holidays with this MFer?
No, they're thinking, I'm not going to see my children. I'm supposed to get them on a date. Is she going to give them to me? How am I going to, is it going to be Christmas dinner? Is it going to be in the morning? Are we going to be able to open up presents together? She's not going to bring them back. He's not going to bring them back.
That makes that's a lot more practical and less funny than I imagined.
Yeah.
But yes.
I get a slew of calls every holiday season where they're so mad at the other person that they want to go ahead and have them served at Thanksgiving dinner and
At Thanksgiving dinner?
or Christmas Eve
Oh,
or
wow.
Christmas Day.
Oh, wow.
And I've had people offer to pay me like triple if I could guarantee that they'd be served on those holidays.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Yeah, crazy.
God.
Wow. So are they at the dinner too? And they're like, gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's
It's
disgusting.
really horrible.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I don't participate in that.
I have seen, I will say this. I have seen a lot of videos on TikTok where people are like at a birthday party confronting the other person about cheating. Generally, it doesn't seem like it's marriage stuff, but I mean, it probably would feel pretty good to out somebody for cheating in front of their entire family at Thanksgiving.
I think that it's humiliating. It's humiliating for the person who's outing and the person who's getting outed.
It's humiliating for the person who's outing them too.
Oh, yes. Yes. It is. They're vengeful because they're furious, but it's humiliating to have your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your fiance cheating on you. What does that say about you?
Yeah. Well, that's a good point.
Well, there are a lot of people who are just cheaters, and it says nothing about the other person that they're cheating. But I'm not a fan of it, particularly when there are kids involved. I think it's disgraceful. Their holiday memories shouldn't be tarnished by that.
Oh, absolutely.
True.
You are so right.
Yeah.
The majority of my clients come into me before Thanksgiving and during December and early January, and they want to have their Thanksgiving with the family. They want to have Christmas with the family. They want to have Hanukkah with the family. They want to have a New Year's date.
With the family?
Then, with the family.
With the
and
family?
Then they'll serve them the next month in January. I'm sure that process servers are extremely busy in January.
Yeah, I think that's true. A lot of them, there are a number of people who want to wait until right after the holidays to serve them and start off the year fresh.
It's the smart but sneaky move. That's the poker player move. Where
It's not sneaky at all. It's
feels
for
a
the
little. It
children.
feels a little bit sneaky. I mean, to
It's for
be
the
there to
children.
show up and just smile and pretend like everything's okay, and then you just know that it's like a 20-day countdown until the person gets served at home. I don't know. I mean, you gotta put on a little bit of a show.
You always have to plan. There is no best time to serve someone for a divorce, but you have to plan it. And is it manipulative? I think there needs to be serious planning.
I don't think you answered it with the question whether it was manipulative or not. I think you asked, is it manipulative? And then you answered a different question.
I don't think it's manipulative. I think it's serious business and you have to plan. I don't think it's manipulative.
I think it's often respectful of your kids and of your spouse. And I have a lot of clients who will tell me that they don't want to have them have a horrible holiday memory. They don't want to do that to the other person. Yep. So it's very thoughtful, actually, to hold off, less than manipulative.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. The thing is, it actually does lead into the title of our episode pretty easily. Is he cheating or is he just sketchy? Lawyers Edition. So today we're going to get into some weird things that guys do. And you guys can answer the question, is that more like somebody who's cheating, or is that more like just somebody who's acting a little bit weird, but not 100% sure?
Okay, I think there's a continuum. It starts like this, a little flirting, a little this on the social media, saying this and that. Then you're going back and forth, and then you're talking on, a channel, and it builds. Okay, it builds. So even you can have what do you call it?
What, messaging back and forth?
You're messaging back and forth.
Text messaging was the word that you couldn't figure out.
No, or it could be messaging on social channels.
Yes.
So that's
or
DMing?
people.
Okay.
Yes.
Those are,
Could be
yeah, DMing.
people. Yeah, I agree. There's a continuum from, slightly shady all the way to full on cheating. And I think a lot of people start off in the slightly shady category when they're starting to think about what their next move is, or they're just some people who are habitual cheaters and they start initiating contact, and then it goes down the rabbit hole towards the full on cheating.
Right.
So I think it depends on the person. There are a lot of people that want to put all these relationships kind of on ice and keep their options open, even after they're married, which is kind of crazy. And they'll do that. And they're more flirty. It's not like they're keeping friends and checking how their friends are doing. They're keeping hookups and stuff like that. And then as they go
Wow.
through, things might escalate. They might start meeting them for lunch kind of innocently, then going further and meeting them for drinks, then meeting them for booty calls. So I think it just depends on the person and how they're doing it in terms of whether it's completely slimy or,
Well,
it's just full on.
There's also different types, right? It's not like everybody's, trying to decide like, oh, is this cheating? Is that cheating? You're talking about some stuff like you were saying full on cheating. You have like kissing, you have emotional cheating where
Right,
you're like
right.
Correct.
having, very flirty text with somebody or having kind of an emotional relationship with somebody. Like, I guess maybe the DMs are digital cheating. There's a lot of different gray areas here. So
I think if they're exploring new relationships that they haven't had, that's definitely in the shady area and they're trying to head towards cheating. And I think that's a huge red flag.
let's get into the 6 different kinds of cheating. And you guys let me know whether you think it's cheating or is it like just sometimes people being sketchy? Somebody who's flirting with somebody else doesn't necessarily mean it's cheating. It might just be a flirty personality. There's probably other versions of that. I can't think of anything right now, but
in like one
I'm trying
instance,
to give us a little leeway here, but
It's not only guys, it's girls too.
and girls too.
Yeah.
Girls, number 1, the phone hider. So
Cheating.
Cheating.
what?
Cheating.
Just straight up cheating. They can't even hide their phone. That's
No.
cheating.
No, there's
They take
something
their
wrong.
phone, they go into another room, they're talking in their car all the time, and they're outside, and they don't come in for a half an hour to an hour. They go in the bathroom to hide it. It is full on cheating. It's either
But this-
emotional cheating or cheating,
I agree. 100%. If they're hiding their phone, they're worried about their partner seeing their phone. They'll never hand it to you for
Right.
like, oh crap, I need directions. Let me just grab your phone. Absolutely not. 100% that's cheating.
Is there a chance that you guys are just like you have seen so many divorces that maybe regular people who are doing that, you haven't seen the case?
No, our clients educate us. Our clients educate us. I cannot tell you how many people come into me and say that they caught his telephone. He didn't turn his telephone off. So he went to sleep. She opened it up and look what she found.
Oh boy.
And it happens the other way. She left it there and went into the other room. He opened it up and look what he found. It is cheating. It's emotional cheating at the very least.
So the hiding part is the cheating element? Because for me, I thought cheating was sex
Cheating,
or
Is not only sex.
romance or something.
it's the emotional connection, the intimacy with somebody else. You talk about your husband, you talk about your wife, you talk about this, you talk about that, and you're not talking to your spouse. You're talking to somebody else.
All right.
But I don't think it's just talking to someone else. I think it's hiding it. Like, for example, if you were open with your husband, that you had a long-term male friend that you just have lunch with, their business acquaintance, their friend, that's different. You're not going ahead and emotionally having an affair or physically having an affair.
Generally, those male friends are gay.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, let me just.
Okay, how about this? Let's say that you're a trucker and you love going to this diner, and there's a waitress there who treats you real nice and calls you hun, and you get gives you a little extra slice of pie every now and then, and it just makes you feel good. But you don't have her number, you never checked her out on Instagram or anything like that. It's just a person.
Not cheating.
Not cheating, but if you exchange telephone numbers and you start talking to each other and you're in the truck talking and letting your heart out, that's crossing over the line into intimacy, and it's cheating.
Okay. What if it's very heavy flirting at the thing and she comes by and is like, oh, look who it is. And you go, and she touches your hand and she gives you the thing and working for the tip. And okay.
She shouldn't touch his hand. Okay.
She shouldn't touch his hand. Okay.
No.
It's a clear line. When both people are moving towards intimacy, that's the cheating.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So the next type of cheater, the work wife or the gym husband. Cheating.
I've never heard of a gym husband.
Oh,
Yes.
you know that, like, it's this kind of, it's the same concept as the work wife. You go into work. There's
one moment. The tennis instructor.
Ah,
Forget the gym. It's the
okay.
tennis instructor.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
No. Listen, this is a little bit different. This is a little bit
tennis
different.
instructor
The
or
tennis
the pool
instructor.
boy
No.
are a little different.
That's a
you know?
one-on-one lesson. This is in a public place. Like, you go in and you guys work out at the same time. This is a person you've seen 60 times before, and now you're on a chatting basis and you're talking about what you did last week and blah, blah. You're just kind of friends at the
If
gym.
you don't exchange telephone numbers, if you don't meet outside, if you don't plan to have lunch together, it's okay.
But?
It's neutral. It's neutral. It hasn't turned into something
Okay,
yet.
so we're still in the restaurant territory there. You
We're
can
still in the
be a
restaurant
flirty.
territory.
Okay, but it's when you exchange numbers.
Our good trucker.
The good guy trucker.
Yeah.
What about the work wife?
You have to work together.
Right.
I mean, the question is, are you starting to have intimate lunches every single day at work? Are you guys getting together because you have to work on a project together? Or that person starts bringing you, oh, here's a treat for lunch. Here's a dessert. Here's something else. Oh, let's check out this new place. And you're starting to experience different things with them. And it's not as a team. It's just the two of you. That's when I have a problem with it.
So I guess that's the line from where it goes from sketchy to cheating is like, okay, so if you have lunch, I guess is it regular lunches?
Well, I'm just saying, like, for example, there's a big difference. You know, your mom and I might go out and have business lunches with someone where we're discussing what's your client avatar? How can we do business together? Definitely not cheating. This is specifically for a business purpose. So tell me that your work husband and work wife are just specifically having lunch for a business purpose. I have no problem with it whatsoever. But the moment they're, making like nicknames for one another, they're starting to get more intimate about things.
And they're
not
talking on
working.
telephones in the bathroom. They get a call, they go into the bathroom, they're talking about it in private. That is when it is turning. It's turning into cheating.
Okay, so where the line is, I guess, when you start hiding things from people.
Yeah, if you're hiding the nature of your relationship.
Okay.
I'm sure your mom is telling your dad, like if she has a business lunch, she's going to tell him all about it. Like, I had lunch with so-and-so.
He definitely does not want to hear about it, but yes.
I had lunch with so-and-so. It went extremely well. We're going to send each other referrals. We have this
Right.
great relationship, business relationship, or something like that. That's fine. Okay. But if all of a sudden she's hiding that from your dad and she's sneaking out and having a business lunch and she's telling your dad that she's having lunch with me instead of whoever it is, that's the moment you start hiding or obfuscating. That's when you have a problem.
Right. And this is a prelude to going away for a weekend or a week and saying that you're going away for business when you're really just going away to.
Oh, that's the next step is
Yeah, that's the
is
next
having
step.
like a cheating thing and like it's a
Yeah.
business trip and you guys are just going to Fiji or something.
Or the business trip is 2 days and then you just extend it,
Right. Or
By the
people
way, we're giving people lots of ideas here. If we're if they're in the work husband, work wife situation, just add one more day to your work trip, guys.
But there's another thing that we have to discuss, which is intuition. When you have this little intuition that something is going on, that it's not right. You know, I have so many people come into me, and what they want is they want me to recommend a private eye.
Oh,
A
yeah.
private eye. What do you need a private eye for? You just don't want to admit it.
But I think a lot of people want a confirmation before they make that move because they doubt themselves. I mean, you
Yes.
generally have an idea when something's going on or when
Mhm.
your relationship is over and people are putting off the inevitable because they're trying to avoid the pain or, they want to keep their family together or they're holding on to some idea of things and they just aren't ready to pull the plug yet. And that's why they want the private eye because they want the private eye to confirm what they were thinking. It's part of the whole need to be right, rather than just trusting their gut.
Yeah. In the old days, you used to have a private eye because you could only get a divorce based on adultery. So they had to catch people in flagrante delicto, but
In flagrante delicto.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean?
they
In
had
the
to
act.
take pictures of them through the window of them doing the deed,
In flagrante I've never heard that I feel like I'm a pretty smart dude. Wow.
That used to be that's because since you've been an adult, we have no fault divorce.
I've always had no fault divorce.
Yeah.
What's in
So-
flagrante delicto?
It means
Like-
that you have to catch them
Oh,
in the
okay.
act.
In the
Okay,
act
just
of
let me
sex.
translate. Okay, so this is a prerequisite to be able to get divorced in old law.
Or in
Right.
other
Okay,
states.
this is a legal
Right.
term, just for
Yes.
everybody in there.
Latin.
Okay, and Latin.
It's Latin.
Got it. In flagrante
And-
delicto, of course.
And there's some states that still require there to be fault or mental disability.
Very few. Very few.
Very few.
It's okay to divorce somebody if they're mentally disabled.
In Florida, if they're incompetent, they actually stay the divorce for 5 years. In other states, you can divorce them only if they're at fault or if they're mentally disabled.
Guys, so extend your work trip by a day, and if you're in one of the default states, you just marry somebody who's got a mental disability, and you could just, come and go as you please. Well, you heard it here first, folks, from two of the best divorce lawyers in the country. All right, next up, the emotional affair person. Somebody that you're talking to and telling all your secrets to that you are also attracted to, but you have not done anything.
I think that you have done something. You're having an intimate relationship. It doesn't matter that it hasn't gotten physical. You are out of the relationship with your spouse, and now you are fully engaged intimately with somebody else. And I think that being intimately engaged with someone is as bad as having an affair.
But I think it depends on what the intent is and if both people are of the same mind. For example, one person could think that, this is just a business thing. And the other person might think, hey, this is a prelude to a relationship. And I think you have to know which side you're on and how things are going. So I think it depends if your partner is invested in the other person emotionally, then I agree. It's really bad and an affair. But if they just see them as, a friend or a business colleague and they're not participating, it's a different scenario.
That's also that's the continuum. If it's over here, it's fine. But when does it turn into really being more intimate and they both are on the same page, or one isn't admitting, then they go to here. And this is definitely cheating.
What's the answer to the question? What's the line?
I think we're disagreeing a little bit on this point. I think your mom is more of a anything is cheating.
I'm
And
getting
more
that sense.
like-
I'm getting that
Yeah,
sense, Mom. I'm
I
getting
think
that
it's-
sense a little bit.
I think it's
And I'm a
cheating.
little bit more flexible on the subject about whether it's cheating or not cheating, because I think I grew up in a different time from your mom, and I've always had lots of male friends, and there's definitely no cheating going on.
Okay, this might be a little hot take. I feel like kissing, if it's just kissing, is not cheating.
Oh, I don't agree with
I
that.
think it's cheating.
That's cheating.
I
Even
think
if
it's
you
cheating.
really.
Yeah.
I mean, yes,
100%.
I can see it. I mean,
It's-
I'm not that shocked, but like It's
It's
not.
the
It's not
entry point.
cheating.
You don't accidentally fall into kissing someone.
Yeah, but you kiss somebody that you like, and then you think twice about it, and then you haven't cheated on the
cheating.
person.
It's cheating.
It's cheating.
It's cheating.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
cheating.
Okay.
We
Okay.
both. Why have you been kissing anyone?
I
lately?
have not been kissing anybody
Okay.
lately. But emotional affair, like, I think in terms of what's the difference? Like, okay, I have my best friend Josh that I tell everything to. I mean, if we were having an affair, it would be an emotional affair. But like, if he were a girl, that would not be okay, I guess, or just if you're if the sex that you're attracted to.
For me, it would be okay because, like I said, I have male friends and I have female friends, and I've always had probably more male friends than female friends. Totally fine. There's never going to be anything romantic. We're just buds.
There is an area where you have friends and you share things with them, and it's a continuum. It just depends. It depends on the facts.
It was just liking photos guy. So you've got your boyfriend, you've got your girlfriend. They're scrolling through Instagram and not necessarily DMing people and trying to start a relationship, but just letting, doing a little like and letting the person know that you think that they're good looking.
Oy. It's going nowhere. Okay, if it goes nowhere, who cares?
I didn't expect you to say that. I did, to be honest with you.
I think it depends on the context of where you're headed. Like, for example, if this is a new person that you've just added as an Instagram contact, or you've been reaching out to them because you think they're attractive, then you're trying to cheat or you're trying to head that way. If this is like one of your friends and you just like a photo, no big deal. If you're liking their photos and all of a sudden you're starting to comment on every little thing, then they're inside your head. And then I think you're trying to head towards either an emotional affair or an actual physical affair. So I think it's a really bad precursor. I'm not saying it's cheating, but I'm just saying your head's going the wrong way. And I'm wondering why you're doing that.
What about, I think the most common case of this is like a guy, I think it's probably mostly guys where they'll be on Instagram or whatever. And it's not even somebody that necessarily they know or in their friend group. Maybe it's like an influencer or somebody who's just, I don't know if you guys know who Madison Beer is or, just they're like hot girls on Instagram that have 10 million guy followers basically. And so, those are kind of the photos that those guys like. But I mean, obviously, for the girlfriend, they see that because you can see a lot of the social interaction stuff of people that you're close friends with. So like, yeah, what do you think?
I think it's innocuous. I think it's just.
And innocuous means?
It means innocent. It's just, I don't think it's cheating. And
we're off the hook, boys.
I think they're looking, but the question is, why are they busy looking at whoever these people are? Are they unhappy at home? Are they starting to look out for their other options?
What if they've been doing it the whole time? If they're in a relationship, but they never stopped doing that. That's kind of the most common thing that I've seen.
It could be someone who's trying to keep their options open all the time.
That's probably exactly the case. Yeah.
I hear from some
That's
of my
interesting.
employees that, there are these guys that will reach out to them. And like every couple months, like
you guys have not had that happen. You've been on Instagram for a long. People have not. Mom. I've seen the DMs. People get in there.
Yes, and I delete them and delete them and delete them and delete them and delete them. I get like 20 a day.
It's crazy. It's
Okay.
crazy. Yeah, people are nuts.
But then
There's some
now
crazy
they've been
ones.
going into like making comments instead of just DMing and saying, "Hey."
Yeah, that's not very creative. I don't think that's going to get your attention.
I just happened to be strolling and I saw your picture and I thought you were so beautiful. I'd like to get to know you better. It's just it's interesting. Just delete them.
Oh, that was the delete. That was
Yeah, that was
the
delete.
deleting.
Yeah.
Interesting. You're not getting those, Leah?
Every once in a while, but it's before we started doing the social media presence, I'll have like every so often I'll go to clean out, people who try to message you that don't know you on Facebook. And I'll get like some guys saying, "Oh, I'm relocating to South Florida. Are you available?" And I just delete them.
Oh.
Interesting.
But the rest
Interesting.
of the people who usually reach out on like TikTok or Instagram, they're usually from Nigeria or some foreign country.
Yes.
Yeah, there's generally some kind
It's
of
like a
scheme involved.
scammer.
And
Right.
yeah.
Please find me a wife, or I'll marry. I'll even marry you. This 16-year-old.
What a
74.
listen.
Whoa.
He's flexible. Okay, one last one on here. So going to the guy who goes to strip clubs, cheating?
Cheating, 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
Cheating and dissipating money. I have had so many cases where men were going to strip clubs or hiring escorts. And
Well, that's escorts are like hookers, right?
yeah,
Oh, cool. I mean, that's a little different.
but talking about an enormous
No.
amount of money.
No?
In the strip clubs, the women who carry handbags are usually carrying condoms. And they're doing the
What?
same thing in the back room.
What?
Yeah, I'm a former prosecutor, so I know all about this stuff.
Wow.
So it's straight up cheating.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
We are given lots of useful and interesting information on this particular podcast.
That's what they're doing.
Let me just okay. So if a stripper with a handbag
Yes.
is a signal that she has condoms in that handbag,
That she has condoms in that handbag.
and they
that
let
if
you do that. Is that the champagne room?
That if
I
they go
I
into
remember
the room, have you
the
been
Chris
there?
Rock this Chris Rock song.
Oh,
I have
what's the
not. I am
song?
a little bit too cheap to have done that, unfortunately.
Good.
But you know,
it's much healthier for you.
I'm sure.
not to have
But
done
you
that.
know, you're in there. You had a couple drinks. There. You know, it's temptation. I did not realize that. I mean,
That's what they're doing in there.
interesting.
This is my take on it.
Okay.
These poor girls used to come to me from the strip clubs, and I would handle their divorces for like a period of time. And they chose men who were just taking advantage of them. So whatever they're making, they're losing. It's just such a sad commentary. Such a sad commentary.
I feel like we always do this. I feel like we Mom, you come in and you give us a little bit too much of a dose of reality at the end, and it's sad. It's sad. Stripping is sad.
Well, I've never handled
I
a
guess.
divorce for them. I've either defended them in criminal cases or prosecuted them. Not a good thing, and definitely cheating. Definitely
Definitely
cheating.
cheating.
Yes.
Definitely.
Even if you don't go into the champagne room,
Even
Yeah,
if you don't
it's
go
not
into the
good.
sim.
even if you're just going in to look.
Sometimes, a lot of times, they're touching them. They're touching them. I've watched
True,
them
true.
kissing them.
Kissing them.
I've watched the girls grinding on them.
Yes, the dances that they do. Interesting. I mean, I'm asking. I mean,
And
I've been
I've
to strip clubs, so I'm feeling a little. I'm not sure how I'm feeling right now. to
One
be
of
honest
the
with you.
funniest trials I've ever watched was the city prosecutor prosecuting this guy who. Anyway, it was a crazy case, and it was a cop who was going undercover into the strip clubs, and this was before they changed a lot of the laws about what the cops could and couldn't do. And I think that they said something to the effect of he suffered an orgasm in the police report. And he had his wife or girlfriend there who ran out in the middle of the trial, pissed off. And it was quite the scene.
Wow.
So when I tell you they're cheating.
Wow.
We don't have to have gone to strip clubs to know that going to a strip club, they're cheating.
Well, there you go.
Let me ask you this. How would you
we're
like
asking
it?
me. I don't know. Okay,
How
I think we're running out of time here.
How would you like
Okay.
it if your wife went to a strip club with a bunch of men and they were touching her all over and she was kissing them? Wouldn't you think
Well,
that
kissing them would be very bad. Touching her all over would also be bad, but I feel like that doesn't normally happen at a strip club. I mean, like, is she going by herself or is she going as like a bachelorette party type of thing?
No idea.
'Cause I feel
Does
like
it
that's-
matter? Does it really matter? Because the men go,
Yeah.
both, they're not all going as part of bachelor parties. They're going alone. When I see it in the cases, they're going alone and they're spending the money on the strippers or the escorts,
Yeah.
just like you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, that's cheating.
It's crazy to me how they're in the same category, though.
They're in the same category.
Wow. Okay. You got to find another way to finance your dance career, I guess. Okay. Well, that was an exciting way to end that. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys learned as much as I did today. I am Adam Isaacs. You can check, I have a marketing company for lawyers. You can check me out at socialforlawyers.com or wildfirevideo.com. And we're here with the incomparable mother of mine, Denise Isaacs. You can find her on all the channels at Divorce Lawyer Denise. And then, you know what? Why don't you, I'm sorry for talking for you, Leah. Why don't you talk for yourself?
Sure. Leah Mayersohn. You can find me at Mayersohn Law or at Mayersohn Law Group.
And they're not going to say it for themselves, but, you know, they're two of the most decorated, popular, and prominent lawyers in social media and in the country, and they just happen to be in South Florida. So if you're a stripper who just got into trouble, you know exactly who to call. And if you're a guy who just realized he might have been cheating and your wife is sitting next to you, you also know who to call.
And remember, marriage is a contract. Make sure you read the fine print.